to take you on a special tour today. This is an apartment that Kylie and I bought 16 years ago. We renovated it and it was our own family home for a good 10 years. This is a little bit different to designing a home for a client, where we are designing this for ourselves. So it's quite a unique experience, and many architects and designers probably don't get this experience in their life. So let's go take a look and let me show you what we did. So it was really quite old and dated by the time that we came in here. And we knew when we first moved in that we were going to be renovating pretty quickly. It was actually 6 weeks out from Christmas when we decided to pull the trigger on the renovation, and we did this whole renovation in 6 weeks. And we got there and we had Christmas Day in our apartment, brand new renovated apartment. It was pretty cool. So some of the things that we really focused on when we renovated was we needed to bring more light into the apartment. We needed more functionality. We needed more storage, which is a lot of the things that most people ask for when renovating. More storage, more light. We wanted the same things. So the kitchen's hub of the home. So we spent a lot of time working the kitchen out and making sure that we had plenty of storage and everything was functional and laid out well. We knew that we were going to be starting a family. We knew that we were going to need all the extra space and we were going to need a good sized fridge. So big 900 wide fridge, that was the first thing that we put in here. Large style stove, lots of burners, big wide 900 wide stove. The kitchen had to start working around this. Obviously when you've got a small space like this and you've got big appliances, to make sure that it still feels spacious and you've still got all the storage and everything you need around it, becomes a bit trickier, but we managed to make this work really well. The thing that I love most in this kitchen is our pantry. So rather than this skinny little pantry that we had before, which was very deep, hard to get things out of the back, we designed this lovely pantry, and we can fit so much stuff in this. Everything was in this pantry, and we've got this lovely bench top here, which we've had coffee machines and thermomixers and all sorts of things stacked up in here. And the best thing is when we have a dinner party, all the dirty dishes go in here. You're too lazy to put it all away after dinner. You know, sit down and have a glass of wine. We just close it all off, and it was all hidden, and didn't have to worry about it till tomorrow morning. Corner cupboards are always a pain. So we've got these head-itch corner cupboards, and just gives us so much storage space. It's really cool. So being the entertainers that Kylie and I we're always thinking about, okay, so small space, but we want lots of people in here. We want to have parties and we want to enjoy the space. So how are we going to use the spaces, and how are we going to store all the things that we need? And one of the things that you always need to store lots of when you having a party is a wine rack. So we could hold loads and loads of wine in there, and the cocktail bar. So this balcony space is something that Kylie and I just adored when we first saw this apartment. And one of the things that we used to love doing, we had a couple of high bars that we'd had out here. We'd sit out here and have our dinner, and people would just stop and chat, and it was just really cool, and something that we just loved to do is just hang out on our balcony. So these New York style industrial screens kind of set the theme a little bit for how we themed the actual house itself. This industrial look is something that we've been inspired us to take through the rest of the apartment. Originally this wall came out here, and this was this third bedroom, and it really just closes space down. So we were thinking, how can we create more space but maintain this room? So we came up with this idea of these sliding door and hinge door to close off this corner, so we could maintain the bedroom as a bedroom or a study, but for the majority of the time, just keep it open. This room was originally designed as a third bedroom, but we needed a study. Kylie and I work from home a lot, so we've set this up so that two of us could be working in the study space at any one time. Plenty of space for storage and printers and the like, and this also gave us the flexibility that we could actually use it as a bedroom, so we had guests come and stay. We could set them up in here as well. When we were living here, we had a fold-out bed, and we'd have plenty of people crashing on their way home from Northbridge late at night, so this is a well-used room. We added these highlights in above this wall space, so the room still has its privacy but gets borrowed light in from the lounge and the living spaces. I remember it was a Sunday morning, and I remember standing here, and our neighbours were from upstairs were down, and their neighbours from across there as well. And we had a wall which ran through there, which divided this space to that study. And we were discussing with our neighbours what we should do with this wall, whether we should knock it down and rebuild a new cabinet like we have done here, or should we try and keep it and work around it. Anyway, everyone said, knock it down. So 4 of us gave it a big push and the whole wall came down, and being a Sunday morning, made a loud crash. And I think it might have woken a few people up. So I apologise to all those other neighbours who might have been asleep that morning. But the result was that we had this wall down, and it gave us the freedom to push this back a bit, create this TV nook, and really open this space up, but also make the study a lot more practical. So this bathroom is central in the apartment, and one of the key criteria that Kylie had was that we need to get natural light into this space. It's a working laundry as well, so it's a space that we walk in and out of a lot. So the solution was that we created this light box, which brings in light above the fridge and reflects the light down and through a window above the toilet, and now means that you can walk into this space without having to turn a light switch on. We've got floating vanity tops, we've got lots of mirrors, and all this helps to make the space feel a lot larger than what it really is. And this bathtub in particular, soaker bathtub, I'm 6 foot tall, I can get into it, soak in here, a couple of candles, this. So we didn't have to do too much to the master bedroom, although the light was quite compromised in this space. There was a single door here and a tiny window, and that was it. So what we did is ripped both of those out, and we put a big sliding door in. My father-in-law, Fred, came down and he helped me with these sliding doors, and it was a big job to get all this brickwork out, support the brickwork above and put the new lintels in, and everyone just chipped in. And as a part of the reason that this project was such a success and that we did it so quickly, everyone came around and helped and chipped in, and it's fantastic. And it's, this renovation is about hard work, but it's also about bonding and bringing people together as well, which is pretty cool. We installed dimmer switches on just about every switch in the apartment, and this allows us to change the ambience, change the mood of the apartment whenever we feel like it. The other great thing about dimmer switches as well is that in the evenings when we dim them down, we're consuming less energy, and in terms of a sustainable outcome, that's pretty good. Kylie and I just loved living here. Great memorable moments when we had all our friends together and in this space and sharing this space with us, and some of the fond memories that we got from this home by doing this really cool renovation. It just did everything that we needed to do. So I hope you enjoyed a little tour of our apartment. It's something that's been very special to us for all these years, and the renovation was something that we loved doing, and Kylie and myself and my daughter got lots of enjoyment from this apartment when we lived here. One of the great things, as I mentioned, is the entertaining that we did in the apartment, and for many of our guests when they left, this is how they went. Bye.